Morning after. As you can see, currently by myself. I won't be for much longer. But Dion had to do a morning laundry session. So he said he'd be a couple minutes late. And it's a good bit when I am there he is, guys. He's only 45 seconds after start. We're chilling.
What's up, y'all? My bad.
This is for the chat. If Dion is like a couple minutes behind, do you guys like the bit more if we wait and just like you guys rag Dion for being late, or do you want me to start by myself and it's funnier when Dion joins? I kind of think it's funnier when Dion just joins. We've been live for like a minute.
I'm with either. I'm with either idea, by the way. It was my idea for him to get started without me.
That is true. See, I'm like, do I want to do it without my guy Dion? And Dion was like, no, F it. Let it ride. Good morning, Rick. Zona going unbeaten. Listen, I'm done. I'm done talking about teams. But I don't know. In the Big 12, that's going to be tough. But they are very good. Last night was pretty insane. I guess we start with the most shocking result of the night, which was Kansas absolutely destroying Iowa State. I thought they had a chance just off of like Darren Peterson, as crazy as the injury stuff has been, can be the best player in any game. And I mean, they have that talent. And I'm just like, all right, but I didn't think that was going to happen. I mean, what are your takeaways from them smoking Iowa State?
Honestly, you remember Christian from last year? He did previous recaps with us.
What's that? He's Oladokin or whatever.
Yeah, he called it. So I mean, he I believe he does write-ups for Action. I know he works with Enjoy Basketball. And so he might not do the Action thing. I don't want to put that out there if he doesn't. But I saw that, like, obviously I follow him for his picks, and one of his picks was Kansas, and basically his spot was like, eventually they're gonna lose, right?
Yeah.
Like if Iowa State's not gonna go undefeated, they're gonna lose eventually. And he said like the size and athleticism of Kansas is going to make it difficult for Iowa State. I agreed with that. So obviously when you play at the Fog, things go a little different. It's hard to win road games in college basketball, and Iowa State kind of just slipped up. I think it's one of those games where they, obviously they got smoked. It's not what you want if you're Iowa State, but I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah. Rick, I do have to know, this is an important question for you. How does it feel that by transitive property, UNC is better than Purdue? That's what I'd like to know. I mean, we beat Kansas. Kansas beats Iowa State. Iowa State beats Purdue. Sometimes you love the transitive property in sports. Obviously, Purdue's better, but fun to troll.
Kansas?
Yeah, it's a nice little. That's honestly one of my favorite bits in sports when people do someone will do it before March Madness where it'll be like some crazy like Ferris State or something beats a team and then they go down the transit property line. It's hilarious.
Honestly, like, and no troll, and I'm not trying to like poke fun at Purdue or anybody. Like, if Darren Peterson's fully healthy, like I don't know about that, right? Like. I think that's the portion of Kansas no one's really getting at. If Darren's fully healthy, who is better than Kansas in the country, right? Like obviously some teams are, and Purdue's likely one of those teams, but Kansas is so much closer to being in the top 5 or 10 than they are currently if Darren Peterson doesn't have cramps all the time.
Yeah, that's the whole point that like I think, it is a team game, but when you've got someone who can be the number one pick. And yeah, Kansas did play defense, and I understand y'all are saying it wasn't, but I promise you right now, Darren Peterson being on the court completely shifted how Iowa State defended them, even if he didn't play great.
I think Darren Peterson not being the difference is exactly why they're so good with Darren Peterson. By the way, like not trying to you know take you guys' words against what you guys are saying, but I think that's the whole point. Like if Darren Peterson pulled up for his first game, his monthly game where he's actually going to play
This
and scores
monthly
40,
game.
then I think that goes to show, Kansas actually isn't that good. The fact that he's able to come in and out of the lineup so much, and like he isn't the difference maker in a massive win against Iowa State is why, like, low key, if he is healthy, I think I got them going pretty far in March Madness.
Yeah, see, that's what scares me is I understand like the Ewing theory stuff. I really do with like, oh, they're better without him. But I think that's just because of the lack of continuity. Like he plays and then he's out for 2-3 games or he's on. If they get continuity, like if there is a world where Darren Peterson is healthy and plays like all of Big 10 play or Big 12 play, by the time they get to the tournament and they actually kind of like know how to play off of each other and play together, like I just trust Bill Self to get the best out of them when it matters most because he's Bill Self. That's ultimately what it comes down to.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Along with like Bill Self plus most talented player in college basketball.
Good combo.
Very duo. Yeah.
Like this man, I mean, like respectfully, when he won that title over UNC, their best player was Ochai Agbaji, and like
right.
Respectfully, there's levels to this. Right. Darren Peterson,
go green, go white. Ethan is comedy.
I've never even. He wants to chant. It's crazy. Rick said, "Can we say the way to beat MSU is make Fears a scorer? IU had them when they shut off the water. Besides Fears."
Was it you or Riley that tweeted how good Fears has been the last month?
That was Riley.
My bad.
He has. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's the truth because Izzo, dude, I'm telling you, one of the best things ever is when Greg, like, goes to bed, like, he has to put the kids to bed or whatever. So he'll be like, yo, can you do me a favor? And look at, like, see what Izzo or Hurley says post game, and we'll do a shorts on it. And you go look at, like, you look up Izzo post game and you see some of the quotes they say, and it is the funniest thing ever. Like, Izzo dropped a quote last night that literally said, I want Jeremy Fears to stop thinking he's a 3-point shooter until he is one. I mean, that's a hilarious quote.
What is he shooting from 3? How that should be?
I got to figure it out.
Oh, Jeremy, he's shooting 27% from 3. Yeah,
that's just
shooting 27% from 3, and he's shooting 5% in conference play. Yeah, okay, I got you. And
the funniest part about it is he's shooting 27% from 3, and last night he still had 23, 10, and 4 on 8 of 14.
I mean. Yeah, Jeremy Fears is a different type of player. I can't make much of him. Hyena Scar says Kansas has been fill in the blank the last few years. Kansas has been mid the last few years. Vinay says start, bench, cut, coffee, tea, energy drink. You want to go first?
Start, energy drink, bench, coffee, cut, tea.
Yep. That was classic amateur JK move. Start, tinker, coffee, bench, energy drink, cut, tea.
Classic rookie JK move, but the one time I brought up tinker coffee, you were like, I don't know if we're supposed to do it on the show.
No, I said we're not. G said not to do the ad read on here.
Dude, you know what's funny is that actually is like how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to only be for previews and recaps. But this is how you know it's actually a good product because like G still promotes it on the full episode, and it's not even like they're not even paying us to do that on the full episode, and they still promo it every episode because it's legitimately good.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I was supposed to do. I signed up to do everything today, like low key, and I never got the text last night, so obviously, like, I figured like Cart was doing it, like, and I kind of just moved on. Thank God Cart's doing it. No world I was going to be able to do it. Like, my work day today is actually nuts. I
Yeah.
don't know what I was looking at when I looked at the calendar and put my name on the 14th, knowing what because I attached my sleepers calendar to my work calendar. That way, my staff right below me know, like, okay, like Dion might be busy until like 10 or 11 this day because he's like recording. Obviously to make like for like workflow purposes. Not sure what I was looking at, man. Like, I gotta own that one. Shout out, like, normally Cart, like, it's flipped where like I'm the one bailing Cart out of situations. I gotta shout Cart out, man. He bailed me out of a spot like I should have just never signed up for. I genuinely think I thought tomorrow was today when I was looking at that on the daily sign up sheet.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man, this week is in a whirlwind. We get no Wednesday with Riley in the YMCA. Throws you off. I mean, it puts you in the vortex.
Yeah, no, we get no Riley Wednesday. And then you want to talk about 2026 being a different year. We got Cart showing up for days he didn't sign up for. And we got me not showing up for days I did sign up for. I like where we're at.
I do too. Real question is, does Cart show up for a day he's not supposed to if like Michigan State doesn't lay belt on Indiana? Or is it like, hey Dion, you're in for tomorrow, man? Sorry, like it's tough. So all right, there's a lot of good stuff in the chat right now. Fears being a scorer in the first half opened up his passing in the second half, and then Michigan State was physically dominated. Floodgates open. Yeah, that's like, even when Fears isn't scoring, he did, like, unless maybe not against Braden, there's like a few exceptions, but most of the time Fears is dictating the game. Like, he has complete control over the game, and that's just, I don't know, man. Michigan State is a team that it's every year I want to say like they're not that good. The roster's not that good, but dude, Izzo just figures shit out, man. Like he's just so good.
I think Izzo builds really good Big Ten rosters.
Yeah.
Really, really good Big Ten roster. So every time you want to count Izzo and Michigan State out of the Big Ten, just remember that portion of it. Now, what happens in March, like we'll see. If their point guard's really going to shoot 5%, I think that's a pretty big issue. But, like, you know, against Indiana and Northwestern, I think it'll be okay, respectfully.
Yeah. Akil said he ran out of Nespresso pods and ordered coffee. I'm hoping he ordered Tinker.
Yeah, I think that's what he was getting at. I think.
The Rick said, no way Indiana's a serious team. Hyena said they've regressed only 2 viable players over the year.
That's what a top 3 defense does to bad teams. I agree with Ethan. I do agree with Ethan. I also don't think Indiana's that good. I think they have a ridiculously good coach.
Yeah, and I also think, like, we talked about it yesterday. I mean, there's Tuck and there's Lamar. You're not scared of Connerway or Enright or Alexis scoring on you. Dude, when you play Michigan State and Izzo knows there's only 2 dudes he needs to stop, right. I mean, good luck.
Should Tang start? Yes, he should. I agree. I wasn't reading the parentheses, my bad. Yeah, Izzo needs to get as much shooting in that starting lineup as possible, in my opinion. To be honest with you, I don't know fully what that looks like, but Tang is shooting 36%, and, you know, that's just a lot better than everybody else. So why not? Divine shouldn't start. I think Divine starting takes away from Divine coming off the bench, and that's how you wind up with Wojcik in the game.
Also, another great Izzo clip, which we're going to have shorts on all these, of course. Another great Izzo clip, Trey Fort plays 2 minutes last night. Someone asked Izzo about it, and he said, his time will come.
Keel just asked, is there a chance Boston sells on JB this summer? That's a yucky question. No, there's not.
Yeah, no, not. He's like literally playing at a first team All NBA level this year.
Yeah. No shot. I do think the Celtics are running their windows closing, but I think the reality is JB just opened it up because the window was always going to be closing, but this was supposed to be like a year where maybe you don't play Tatum, and like this
Yeah.
was like you punt this year, then the following year is maybe the last go at it. I think JB just gave them 2 more shots at it before they actually have to make the harsh decisions or the hard decisions, which probably include him and Derek White, if we're being honest, and some sort of retooling around Tatum. But JB just gave you 1 more year with how he's playing. So like I actually think it's like the inverse. Now I think like there's a world like depending on how Tatum looks coming back from this Achilles, maybe he's the one you talk about in a year or two where it's like maybe we move off of him to retool around JB to kind of get underneath that luxury tax number. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they clearly initially went into this season with the mission. I mean, look at the roster. The clear cut was like, all right, we're not going to be that good. I mean, and now that if this is actually who JB is, like when Tatum comes back, if he has like as a Kevin Durant level Achilles recovery, like then now you're talking like, oh gosh, now we got to be serious. Like, and now the one thing I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about these Triple J rumors. The only thing I'll say is like, I don't think Triple J would be bad as a third option. We've only seen him as a 2, which is not what he's built for.
This is just my opinion, and I'm not a doctor and I'm not involved. And Rick, I'll get to the Pacers portion. You know my answer is yes, we need to make that one happen. But I'm not a doctor. I don't fully know what's going on with Tatum. I don't think the Celtics are that good. I really do believe it's a 2-team league with the Nuggets and the Thunder. And maybe there's some trades out there the Celtics can make that change my mind. I don't think they're that close to where I rush him back. I do think JB's completely opened up the window for them. And like I'm peeking through it. Like maybe you go get Triple J and maybe I'm like, yeah, no, bring Tatum back now. But if you're not able to make a splash at the deadline, why would you bring Tatum back in March or April? Just for the Thunder to like maul you in the finals or the Nuggets to maul you in the finals. And you don't know what type of like long-term damage you do to Tatum if you do that, right? And again, not a doctor, no involvement in his rehab. Maybe he's way farther along than I know. But Achilles stuff, KD's a lot older. We forget KD got like 18, 19 months off because of COVID, right?
Yeah.
Like because of COVID, he didn't have to play until December. He chose not to play in the bubble when he was fully cleared to play too. So like, I don't think Achilles stuff is really stuff to play with. Clay, same thing. Obviously, both way older, but like, look at the way they move now.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of scary stuff.
That's like, dude, this has always been my concern. Is like Tatum loves basketball too much. Like he's gonna try to rush back. And then the Chris Mannix report where they were like, yeah, Tatum's gonna start like begging to come back by the end of February or March because he like wants to play. And I'm like, bro, just don't do it. Like, see where we're at. Like, and I understand like all the doctors are like, well, here's the thing is like he got his Achilles repaired quicker than anyone has in the history of and I'm like, I get that, but like,
what does that mean? What does that
like
mean?
So since he tore it in New York, he literally got the surgery like 6 hours after he torn it, which is apparently like the quicker you get it done after you tear it, the quicker it heals. But my thing is, it's like we don't really have a sample size of people. Usually, like people tear it and then they have to wait like a day or whatever.
I mean, I'm not laughing at you with that comment, by the way. That just feels so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like they're trying to say, well, yeah, but like, you know, the quicker you get it done, it can be with modern medicine, it can be 9 or 10 months instead of 12. And I'm like, look, I get it. And I like, but there's just no way. There's not a big enough sample size of people doing it to know.
That's
like
actually true.
That's what they say, but I don't buy it.
So like me, I know from my own experience with injuries, and obviously I've never torn my Achilles, but I've torn everything in my left knee. It's bone on bone. There's nothing in there. Like you have to wait for the swelling to go down before they even consider like doing a surgery typically, right? Yeah, hyena scar. I agree. This reeks of fan desperation, low key. Like it reeks of like we feel like we're really good. We want Tatum back. Like I know for a fact you normally have to wait for the swelling to go down. Which, by the way, that's probably a good thing for Tatum. Like he was able to get the swelling down so quickly. But I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that he was already in New York.
Like,
That
all
feels
right,
crazy.
so it, and apparently they use some. I don't know, bro. They have so many new things. Like, well, that's the thing though. Is like this report didn't just start. This is what they said. Like when he had the surgery. That's why. That's why it's like weird.
The
And they
fan said that, or like
no, like a doctor, like the
his doctor
yeah, the
or a
doctor who did it, Martin
doctor?
O'Malley, which is the guy who did it. They did like that new speed bridge technique thing they do. I don't know anything about it. I just know that like obviously I read about it because
Yeah.
and Martin O'Malley was like, yeah, like this is the new technique. Like he's the first one that's ever had it done within like X amount of time. Like it was a bunch of crazy doctor stuff. But my thing is like you can say that,
Yeah,
but yeah,
why
see,
wouldn't Hallie do that?
because I
Was he
don't
not in
remember.
New York quick enough?
I don't remember the reason for it, but like Hallie waited like see that's the thing. How Hallie did it was like usually how it happens. I think he waited like almost 2 weeks before he got the surgery.
You're supposed to wait 2 weeks to get Achilles. Because so my dad tore his Achilles. The only reason I didn't bring this up is he tore it in the 60s or 70s. So
Yeah, back then, an Achilles injury had you out for like
forever.
4 years.
But like you're supposed to wait for the swelling to go down, which I'm assuming is what Hallie did. I don't know. By the way, guys, do you guys like NBA talk? Maybe this is something we could do a Tuesday. You guys seem pretty engaged with it, but like
Yeah,
maybe
and me and Dion watch more NBA than most people.
yeah, like maybe this is something we could do on like smaller like college basketball days if you guys like it. By the way, Rick, to answer your question, if we're the Pacers, like we got to get rid of some dudes. We got to go get the number 1 pick. All we need is Pascal and not as much NBA. My fault, hyena scar. I just get bored about regular season talk. I agree with that. But trade deadline coming up, like the next month might be kind of fun NBA talk.
Especially with like the little AD all of a sudden not getting surgery. Like, dude, it's getting crazy.
I know we'll get into that. I got some people in NBA circles. I know what's going on with the AD stuff. I don't mind saying it on here. We got to get AJ to Indiana at any way possible. I don't know what this little speed bridge thing is. I think Tatum didn't actually tear his Achilles though, so that's where I'm at with it.
That's crazy because you can
there's
watch
a world
it tear.
Tatum staking it. From everything I'm hearing, he didn't actually tear his Achilles. Are we sure he didn't just sprain his ankle?
I'm gonna be honest. Go watch the clip. Unfortunately, he straight George Kittle.
I think there's a world. Yeah, why didn't Kit get
Hey, we have to talk about this. Is one NFL thing. What is your thoughts on this whole electromagnetic field theory thing?
To me, it's like a litmus test, and respectfully to like most fans wouldn't know this because they don't follow the Niners, but it's a litmus test for Niners fans for me. We've been practicing there since 2003.
Yeah, it's just hilarious how like it has no. I just think it's funny that that freaking post has so many views and people are actually believing it. I'm like, dude, it's not that. It's turf. That's literally all it is.
No, we've been practicing there since 2003. The problem we have is we're not a deep team. We spent all our money on like 7 players. So like you have
that's so when somebody gets hurt, it's so much more noticeable because you don't have that guy.
We spent all our money on 7 guys. So our like 8 to 10 players have to play every single snap, which leads to them getting hurt more. And if they get hurt, we have a group of guys that had zero expectation of playing because we had the highest paid player at every position. So it's like they come in and now they're not in shape, so they get hurt too. That's all it is. Like the players playing. Eric Kendricks had no idea he was going to be playing playoff football one day. like the dudes that are on the field did not expect to be out there, and it just is what it is. Like it's a roster construction thing.
Thoughts on everyone leaving LIV Golf? Love that.
Yeah, it's about time. Also, I don't think everyone's leaving, isn't it?
Not
Just
everyone, but
Brooks.
Brooks. And then I think that I'm shocked if Bryson's not trying to get back to the PGA within.
No, I heard what's going on with Bryson. He's just asking for an insane number. That's all.
It just shocks me with him because he's the only one of those dudes. Well, obviously Brooks too, but most of them like are there because they got the check and they don't care about golf anymore. But like Bryson still wants to be like one of the best.
So Bryson's situation's a lot different because he went there because the PGA wouldn't let him do YouTube. And now the PGA is letting everybody do YouTube. So he kind of wants to go back. But here's the thing, Bryson and Brooks both don't want to play a full PGA schedule.
Yeah, I mean,
they want like a live schedule. I think Bryson stays from what I read yesterday. The 80 thing, my bad, now let me switch topics. They have a deal in place. That's all it is. So they have a deal in place. 80 doesn't, the report came out that 80 needed surgery. The Mavs and 80 realized, oh shit, we won't be able to trade him. Say he doesn't need surgery. I don't think he does need surgery. I think it's optional surgery. But 80 basically like he's gone and he might be gone tomorrow morning.
Where's he going though?
The Pistons or Warriors are the two teams that like have.
Oh, shocker! The Warriors.
No, the Mavs. So the Mavs reached out to the Warriors a few weeks ago asking for Draymond. I don't believe the Warriors are going to do it. To be honest with you, I think it's much more likely he goes to the Pistons. The Warriors are the only West Coast team involved, though. I think the Hawks were involved before the trade thing, and the Raptors were involved for a little bit too, but the Raptors don't want to cough up what the Mavs want. The Mavs asking price is low-key ridiculous.
I'm not surprised. I mean, they did give up freaking Luka and got no picks in return.
I get that, but you want I'm all for trading Draymond, and personally, I would do the deal that the Mavs asked for. However, I get why the Warriors are saying no, because like Draymond Kuminga in a first that's a healthy chunk of change for a guy that like legit might need surgery.
Yeah, like legit might not get to play. I
mean, talent wise, I think that's a great trade. If you're telling me you can trade Draymond in a first for AD essentially because the other guy just doesn't play, I'm all for that. It's just the fact that AD also doesn't play.
The Warriors just like they do have to do something though, because like they're wasting such an elite Curry season. And the problem is like I get like Jimmy is there to be the guy to make the Curry on-off stuff better, and he just isn't. Like he's getting paid $50 million, and he's just not. He's like he's good. Don't get me wrong, but he's just not like what he was.
I think the problem is Akil. I don't think Steph's saying no to Draymond trades. I don't think Steph cares anymore. He's got 2 years left.
No, he's like, bro, just give me something.
I just think he wants one last shot. And if that involves, like, I think he's at the point where he understands, like, CBA contractual wise, it's Jimmy or Draymond almost have to go.
Yeah.
The MPJ thing gives them like a puncher's chance, but that's
not MPJ.
That's not a real chance, though.
Yeah, like, but I will say though, like, for example, MPJ's been in like the Pistons talks too. Like, I understand MPJ does some weird off the court stuff, but like,
he can hoop.
What he's doing,
yeah,
right. It's not just like the good stats, bad team. He's taking more shots. Look at the efficiency, bro. Like he's hooping this year. Like it's crazy.
He's always been like good. He don't play no defense. That's why they never put in camp. Right? Yeah. It had nothing to do with offense. Like if you look at the Warriors' defensive numbers, this is still an elite defensive team. Jimmy and Draymond are going to give you a chance on defense all the time. Steph is not a negative defender the way people frame him. So like if your MVP, right, isn't a negative defender and you have two elite defenders next to him, you're going to have a chance on defense. MPJ gives them like a puncher's chance, man. But like I don't think it's enough. Like it takes you from like losing to the Thunder in 5 to where like I think you get to game 6 or 7 and think you have a chance, and then SGA hits you for 50. like right on the dome in the second round, and you lose. So if they make the MPJ trade, I'm fine. I would honestly prefer the AD trade because actually, man, like I think Steph, Jimmy, and a healthy AD, like now we're talking like this team has a real shot. I don't know if you get the third one.
Yeah.
But I think the Warriors have positioned themselves in a spot where like that's the type of chance you have to take, and you just have to hope. But I don't think you're going to get a legit third star if you're the Warriors. I know there's that Giannis like pipe dream, and I do believe if Giannis asked out, the Warriors would be one of the teams he would want to go to. It makes a ton of sense for anybody from Europe to want to play in the Bay Area, right? Plus with Steph, but I don't know, man. Like I'm not about to sit around here and wait for like crybaby Giannis to ask for a trade when like there's other dudes that are like on the court that want to be traded. Like the Giannis stuff is going to be theatrical.
Yeah, it is. Purdue versus Iowa tonight. What's Braden and Sturts' stat lines, and who wins? Purdue wins. It's in Mackey. Purdue wins by 17. Braden takes the Bennett matchup personally and goes for like 20, 22 and 12. That's my guess.
It's in Mackey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Purdue in that one then.
They're 10.5 point favorites.
Oh, I think I like Iowa to cover. I'm not going to bet on a Purdue game. We don't do that. But I think I would like Iowa to cover. I think Bennett's size is going to cause some issues for whoever Purdue puts on him, whether that's everybody on Purdue 6'3". like the whole, like every guard on Purdue 6'3". So I think Bennett will have like a little bit of a size advantage. Iowa's got nothing for Braden. I think he gets like, does Purdue score at least 80? Not with that pace. I think it's like 71-65 Purdue.
Another thing we didn't talk about. Hey, we were right. Dan Hurley did win at Seton Hall. I know the chat yesterday was saying he hasn't won since 2021. He got over the hump, man. We both said it.
That was crazy. He didn't Purdue easily over 80. Iowa plays like the slowest brand of basketball ever, man.
That's true.
Like ever. I don't think UConn covered though. I think I still lost that bet.
I think it was 5.5. They won by 5. And then Dan Hurley stepped to the podium after and said, "My legacy is not defined by what I do at Seton Hall." He's so generational. I mean, Dan Hurley might have some of the best quotes of all time.
What was his quote? My bad. I was trying to work that.
He said, "My legacy is not defined by what I do at Seton Hall." I mean, that's just elite Dan Hurley stuff.
Yeah, yes, it is, Dan. Go out there and cover the spread, brother.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Did somebody respond? Yes, it is. I had you minus 8.5. Like your legacy's in shambles in my eyes right now, Danny boy.
This is another interesting one I want to kind of just do a little brief preview for. Michigan bounce back spot, but a weird spot. They're on the West Coast playing at Washington. Do you think that game gets weird, or do you think they just absolutely throttle them?
I think they maul them.
I think so too.
They maul them. Do they? So I guess I could just look at their schedule. Do they get to do the full West Coast trip, or do they got to go back to Michigan in between?
Yeah, it's literally Washington and Oregon. Then they go back, and then they go back.
Do y'all see Bennett translating to the NBA? Well, no, I think Bennett stinks.
Yeah, I think Bennett is a really good college player, and I think a large part of that is because he has a coach who has built everything around him at every stop. I just don't, and it's not even like, it's not even a district. I just like the Bennett Sturts. I look at it like, okay, he is the focal point of the offense. Ben McCollum runs everything through him. They did the same thing with like Jimmer and guys like that. And how did that work?
Right.
Like, it's just, I don't know. Rick, I don't know the answer to that question. Some fan bases just like to complain. whenever. Like, you know, you can't please every fan base, man. It's an impossible game. You just have to accept the fact that some fan bases are going to hate no matter what you say or what you do. They're going to find, like, take Greg, for example. No matter what Greg says about Duke, the Duke fans are obsessed with clipping him and like trying to make memes out of it. Like, it's just some fan bases. You say, oh, well, I thought that SMU played good last Saturday. All they hear is like, oh, so you think Duke played bad? It's just how some fan bases are. Like, it is what it is. Denny says, does he quote unquote stink like the Seahawks? Oh God.
Does who stink? Oh, Bennett?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Bennett. I gotta be honest with you. I don't like Bennett's game at all.
Hyena Auburn was
see them on Sunday or Saturday. Did we play them Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Okay. I ain't tripping.
Auburn was
Fred
special
on IG again.
Huh?
Fred posting on IG again.
God.
Don't let Fred come back.
Never ever bet on over/under Purdue games. Being good does not equal pushing numbers. Yeah, the other thing to Deion's point about pace, Illinois, like running, like they score and they try to play fast, and I think they only scored 70 something against Iowa on Sunday.
Andy said, "Watch Bennett turn into a 3-time NBA All-Star." Genuine question. Somebody look this up. How many 4 and 5 year? That is a crazy question, Dan. How many 4 and 5 year college guys truly become 3-time NBA All-Stars? Draymond
in the modern era, God,
currently playing. I think Draymond. J-Dub? Did J-Dub go for 4 years? No,
I think he was 2 or 3.
Reeves, but Reeves didn't go to OU for 4 years. No way.
And most of the time,
Brunson, good shout, Connor. Good shout, Brunson.
Wait, how many years? Which I guess he's technically not. He's not a 3-time All-Star. How many was Bridges at Villanova for 3 years?
Nah, Bridges was 2 or 3.
I thought he was slower. Most guys that are in that umbrella fall into that Dalton Cadet category. That's the problem.
So that's part of the reason I'm out on the fact that you haven't banned me gives me immense respect for you, and I shall shut up now. Brother, I don't ban nobody. We ain't tripping off that. Yeah, just have fun with it, bro. That's all we want. Yeah, man. I think it's Dre. Is it just Dre and Brunson?
There's got to be one. There's got to be at least one we're missing. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to go through all the rosters in my head.
I think it's just Jerry and Brunson.
It very well could be because, good God. If you look there's no Kentucky and Duke guys that were there for that long, and that's half the league right there.
Let me see what I know. Austin Reeves isn't a 3-time All-Star, but I'll give credit to it if he was at OU for 4 years.
I'm trying to think. Nets have no one. Knicks have no one. Pistons don't have any of those guys.
Okay, Austin Reeves counts. He was a 5-year college player. Oh, Jimmy. Nah, Jimmy wasn't at Marquette for 4, was he? I thought he was 3 years.
Not even all-star level, but even a multi-year guy turning into what Pritchard has turned into is a shocker in today's NBA.
Jimmy was a 3-year guy at Marquette. Nothing you have said, Dan, is worse than the. Oh, I haven't watched the full episode yet. Jimmy was 3 years at Marquette. Steph was only 3 years at Davidson. So Steph, because he went to Davidson, everybody thinks it was a 4-year thing. His sophomore year, he could have left. He chose to go back to play point for another year after the Elite Eight run. And then he just got double teamed for a full season. It was crazy.
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
I think it's just Draymond and Brunson, man. I really do.
I have to do the thing where I just have all the teams in front of me, so I remember if I'm like missing anybody. I mean, because you can go down the list and like, I mean, none of these teams have guys who were like multi-year players. Like, God, dude. I mean, it's actually kind of crazy how different the landscape of the league is now, to be honest.
Was Brunson a 3-year?
I think so.
Jimmy did go to junior college. We can trade Brunson for Jimmy. So Jimmy and Draymond, the two Warriors.
Let me say, because I know.
What about Bam? Was Bam a one and done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Brunson, 3 years, 2 natties. Insane. But, all right. The timer is officially at 41 minutes. Now, on the bright side for me, haven't received anything yet, which probably means that Greg and Carr are having a generational Michigan State talk right now. Does anyone have any over-unders? Let me make sure. Greg sent the schedule. All right, so they're starting. Yeah, Michigan State recap is where they're starting. Then the Kansas recap. My Michigan State recap, Carter's going to be really happy. They won by 21. I'm going to say the Michigan State recap is like an hour and 3 minutes.
I think it's going to be over that number because G and I did like a short form movie on Purdue last week, and I think Carter's going to want to like one up it.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, a 2-part recap was crazy. When Craig said our first 2-part recap ever, I was so weak. I was like,
it was really only 1 part, but we had to pause to do this.
Yeah, that's true. Because it was, I mean, you think about it though. I think the first part was like 58 minutes, and the second part was like 14. So I mean, still,
we started pretty much right at 6 my time, like the standard like sleepers start work time. Like, it's not like we were late or anything.
Yeah.
We outlined really quickly, like, what we wanted to hit in the recap, and we didn't get through everything.
That's always my favorite thing. When, let's say, like, send out the schedule, start at 9 with the Purdue recap. And then, like, you got the whole list of, like, supposed to do this at 10:30, 11, whatever. And I just look at it, and I'm like, there's absolutely no way they get through those 3 recaps before we get to 10:30 to do shorts. Because if it's for big teams, like Michigan State recap and Kansas beating Iowa State, like those 2 alone are going to take about 2 hours. So it's going to be interesting. But then after that, like I will say that's really the only 2 recaps. Then it's a bunch of really good shorts. So it's going to be a fun day. Do you have any recaps that you're doing today?
No, I'm only doing weekend recaps this week. I got a crazy work week. Like I said, I don't know what I was looking at when I thought I could do today, man. I got to be honest with you. I got to own that one. Shout out Cart for bailing me out. Obviously, I would have made it work if Cart was unable to do it, but he really did bail me out. Dan, we're going to skip that one, I think. And we will be back tomorrow morning.
Yes, we will. Don't know if it'll be me or if it'll be a Riley moving to Thursday thing, but y'all find out in the morning. I'll see y'all.